Well, hello, welcome or welcome back, whichever it is. I'm happy you're here. Tonight's dinner includes 3 of my favorites. One pot wonder, quick and easy, and absolutely delicious. We're going to make creamy tomato honey chicken over penne. So let's just get right to it, y'all. Let's get it, let's go. Let's heat up those pots. Come on. This is everything that you're going to need for this meal. I have a breast of chicken out. It does call for thighs, but I didn't have any, so we're going to go with the breast for today. You're going to need some olive oil, penne pasta, or whatever pasta you decide. It's not written in stone. You're going to need honey, chili powder, onion powder, oregano, ground cumin, paprika, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and onion, a can of petite diced tomatoes, and of course the heavy whipping cream in the back. And for those who can't have dairy, I have the Silk dairy-free heavy whipping cream as well. You're also going to need Mexican-style shreds. And for the non-dairy version, I use VIOLIFE Plant Based Mexican Shreds. I'm going to show you how to make it with the dairy and without the dairy. First things first, I got the water boiling. I'm going to chop up this onion and then we'll get right into the cooking. Alright, so the onions are chopped. I did forget there was one more piece of prep work that I had to do. I have to cube up the chicken. So I nearly forgot. So I'm going to put that to the side and we're just going to chunk this up. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to cube up the chicken. There is not a right way or a wrong way to do this. You could, however big of a piece you want, you just chunk it up. I do them a little bit smaller because I'm feeding an army and I want it to go just a little bit farther. So I mean, it's not that small, but like about like that, or bigger if you like. So I'm going to chop up the rest of this, and when that's all done, then we'll get to cooking. Okay, so all the prep work is done. The onions are done, the pasta is going, and the chicken is chopped. Let's get to the stove and start cooking. All right, so we're going to start off. Now, I know I said that this was a one-pot wonder, and I'm using 2 pots. The reason for that is I had the pasta in the pot, and I turned on the wrong burner. So typically I would be doing it in 1 pot, but since I'm behind, I broke out another pot. Okay, onward, forward. So we're gonna get in here, we're gonna put a little bit of EVOO or just olive oil, doesn't have to be either or. Now, of all the ingredients that I gave you, they were teaspoons, with the exception of the honey. That was a couple tablespoons. I'm halving half in here and half for the recipe. I know I didn't tell you exactly what the measurements were, but I'm telling you that so you know it for when you go to make it. All right, so I'm going to add the chicken in. I'm just going to put it with this because I don't want to get popped. And to the chicken, we're going to add all of the ingredients I took out, meaning garlic powder, onion powder, half a teaspoon, chili powder, half a teaspoon, ground cumin, half a teaspoon, paprika, half a teaspoon, oregano, half a teaspoon, honey, 2 tablespoons. And here's a trick for this. When you're doing this, you put honey, put a little bit of olive oil and rub it around. It'll make it come right out. Okay, that's good. So now we're just going to brown that up in the pan. Mix this all up, and when this is all browned through, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, we're about halfway there. All right, so that's what it's gonna look like when it's coming down. We got all the bits and pieces like this in here. Look, let's make it to that way, show it to you. Got all the nice bits on there. So I'm gonna take this out of the pan. Let me turn it off first. Take this out of the pan and set it to the side. Okay, so back to the pan. Same pan. Put a little bit of butter in there, and we're gonna saute the onions. And that's not butter, because I said I'm making dairy-free country crock vegetable spread. We just call it butter. All right. So we're going to add in the onions. Adding in the onions. And away we go. All right, so we're just going to saute the onions until they're fragrant. And, oh, you know what I forgot? I always forget something. I forgot the garlic. All right, so we're going to add the garlic in here. Hopefully we won't just get juice. Last couple of times this thing has given me a problem. Matter of fact, so we got the onions are browning up, and the color of the onions is mostly from what I was cooking in the pan. So we're going to put about a tablespoon in here. I'm at the bottom of my garlic, and I'm having a hard time getting it out of the pot. Not the pot, the container. All right, so we're going to cook that until it becomes fragrant. Doesn't take but a minute or two. Well, all that stuff off the bottom, all that flavor that's down there. Okay, so now we're going to add the petite diced tomatoes in their juice. We're going to add the other half of all of the same ingredients we did before, with the honey, the garlic, the paprika, oregano, cumin. All of those things are going in. Tiny bit of oregano. Get that mixing around. So I'm going to give that a good minute to incorporate the flavors, and I'm going to get out the heavy whipping cream. It's going to come together lickety-split. Okay, so now that we got that nice and hot and heated through, what I'm going to do, this is a step that you don't have to do. I'm doing this because I'm making 2 meals at one time. I'm going to take out some of this sauce, transfer it over to this pot over here, just off camera, and that's going to be for Eric's. I'm going to do exactly the same with his that I'm doing with ours, and I will show you each step of the way when and if I substitute anything else out. All right, to Eric's, I'm going to use heavy whipping cream, silk. There's no dairy in it. I'm using a half a cup. We're going to add that to the sauce. And to ours, I'm going to add a cup. 1, that's a half a cup. 2. I didn't do a full cup with Eric's because he doesn't have as much as we do, frankly. So we're going to give that a stir. Let me get another spatula out for Eric so I don't... Okay, I'm stirring his off camera. Oh, it's already looking good. All right. Give ours a nice little simmer going on over here. And now what we're going to add, which I forgot to mention earlier, is we're going to add some Mexican shreds. Now, I don't have any, so I'm going to use Colby Jack, but Eric does, and this is what I use for his. We're going to add that to his. And we're just going to mix it around till it's all good and melted. That's Eric's. Here comes ours. I have some Colby Jack. Calls for a cup. I'm going to put a big old handful in there. Heck, let's go for it. Let's go for a handful and a half. And then I'm going to stir that until it's melted. I'm going to love this. Look at that. This is all in one pot. You could have boiled the pasta in here. You see how that's coming along? Eric's might take a minute longer, but I'll show you his as we move along. Nice and melted. All right. This is what Eric's looks like. I don't know if you can see it or not. There we go. That's what Eric's look like. I'm working on his getting melted. Oops. Might help if I turn the heat on his, right? But that's what's happening there. All right, let's keep that going. And we're gonna add the chicken back to the pan. I'm gonna get my helping hand. Oh, I crack myself up some days. All right, so I got my helping hand out. I'm gonna add the chicken back to the pan. And the majority of it's gonna go in here. It should be good for Eric's right there. Okay. See, his is looking good now. It's nice and melted looking. It's getting there. It's almost there. His takes a little longer because it's a plant-based cheese. It doesn't melt like real cheese. But it tastes good, this brand. There we go. He's all melted. He's good to go now. All right. So now we're going to add the pasta. I keep splashing that everywhere. We're going to add the pasta back in. Now, mind you, I did cook a pound. The original recipe doesn't call for a pound. It calls for half a box. But I'm cooking for an army. I can't cook half a box of pasta. What's that going to do? Nothing. Okay. Ooh, I just spilled water all over myself. Put the pasta in there. Let me add some to Eric's while it's cooking. All right, let me check and see how much pasta I got in Eric right now, so I don't want to overpower him. Oh, now that's looking yummy. Oh my goodness. Let me come over here and show you. Oh, I just threw it all over the floor. That's that, guys, for his. I'm gonna get this plated up. Let me get ours mixed up and show you what it looks like, and then we're gonna meet over at the table. All right, there's ours all mixed up. So let's go. Let's meet you at the table. And there's my plate. She's looking yummy.
Yummy.
What?
Yummy.
Yummy. Let me get to Eric's plate. And there's Eric's. Yummy. Yummy. Yummy.
If you get any benefit at all from my content, you can help me out by clicking like, share, commenting, and definitely hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video.
Well, hello.
Wow.
We're at the table.
This is gonna be a new taste for me.
This is the first time I've ever cooked with heavy whipping cream, silk, non-dairy. So we're gonna give it a go.
Ooh, it looks
Get
good.
some of that chicken on there. Yummy. Yummy.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Try a bite.
Mmm.
I really like that. That's really good. There's a fly in the house. Summertime, I can't stand it.
Mmm.
What are you thinking?
Mmm. Just mmm.
Just, Well, I'm telling you, this is really good. I can taste the cheese, I mean, just all of it. It's just yummy. Yummy.
Yummy.
Yeah, you try to woof it back, right?
It's just so delicious.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you have it. I'm going to give the other kids some food. So, I'll see you at the wrap up. See you later. Bye.
See you next time.
Well, guys, here's your wrap up. We didn't do one. We ate so much. We were so full that we all just had to sit down and digest. So I never got to do the wrap up until I was doing the editing. So sorry, but it was absolutely delicious. A must try.